Pantry, and today, as you see in the title, I'm making homemade enchilada sauce for canning. I did enchilada sauce from a ball canning book recipe a few years ago, and I wasn't exactly thrilled with it, so I'm going to can up my own recipe, and it varies from time to time because the heat and the peppers and the flavor of the peppers also vary. I'm using a combination of pasilla peppers, guajillo peppers, and New Mexico chilies. So I'm going to bring you in close and let you see how to get these seeds out. You're just going to pop that stem cap off, dump all the seeds, and then I've got a, you know, again, it depends on how much liquid you're going to have. I have 6 cups, roughly 6 cups of chicken broth, and that's warm. I'm going to go ahead and add a half a teaspoon of Mexican oregano to that and whisk that. And let me bring you over because we're going to put some cumin in there too. But let that oregano start to rehydrate, and I'll show you how I do it. I'm going to do this in the Tupperware pressure cooker, which is going to make this job go really quickly. It's got to cook the onion, the garlic, the peppers, and then let them just kind of get all acquainted, and then we'll mix it up, and it's going to be ready to can. So come on in, let me show you. Okay, so when you've got your pepper and you hear those dried seeds in there, just pop your stem cap off, and if you're very sensitive to peppers, these are a medium heat pepper. So I've got mostly guajillo, and you just shake those stems or those seeds out of there, and they're almost like leather. You know, they're not crispy dry, but you can find these in the Hispanic section of your grocery store. And I do, like I said, I do a couple of the pasilla peppers, the guajillo peppers, and the New Mexico chilies. And every pepper's got a different flavor. So we're gonna get this out of the way, and just wanted to show you, you get your peppers all ready. Now, you can opt to put that in a cast iron skillet for a couple minutes aside and bring out kind of the essential oils, but because I'm using the pressure cooker today, I don't need to do that. So we're going to twist the lid of the pressure cooker off, and it's got safety valves just like this handle locks down. This is your when this is up, it's under pressure. I love this thing. Okay, and I want one yellow onion and 4 cloves of garlic. And let's put it over here. And then I need some more of the Mexican oregano, another half a teaspoon. Sprinkle down in there. And we're gonna do it. I like a lot of cumin, so a good tablespoon of cumin. And now you have a max fill line in here. We don't want to go over that fill line with the liquid. So this made yesterday about 2.5 quarts, so I'm hoping that that's what we get out of it today. Let's pour some broth down and up to the max fill, and there you go. Okay, now almost 6 cups. All right, let's well, I need a new battery, so I'll be right back and I'll show you what else I add. So now that I have everything in here, and you see I'm right to the max line for your liquid, and it's just like any other pressure cooker, whether it be electric or stovetop, you need liquid in here. So I'm gonna add Thrive tomato powder, because normally I would add either diced tomatoes, home canned tomatoes, or tomato sauce. Because we have a fair amount of liquid, I'm gonna add some tomato powder. This is the only ingredient in here is tomatoes. So we're gonna go ahead with that. I'll do 2 tablespoons of tomato powder. And if we need more when we get this out, that's the thing. If I don't have enough flavor, whether I think it's tomato or peppers or however I need to adjust it. I can adjust it when I blend this up and check for my seasonings and my flavor profile. So there you go. We're going to start off with 2 tablespoons and we'll go from there. All right, let's get the lid on. And this is just like any other pressure cooker. You're going to line up your little arrows, twist this, and lock that down. That's not a handle, it's just to lock it in place. This will not allow you to open it unless the pressure release here, your button has dropped down, and it takes about 10 minutes to come down off of pressure. It's very handy to have. I love this. This is a 3-quart base, so you can do a roast, you can do a chicken, you can do all kinds of things in here. But today we're doing enchilada sauce in the microwave for 15 minutes. Okay, so this has come off of pressure. You're just gonna pop this up just like that, and then you can turn this. You're gonna have a lot of steam in here though, so I always, turn it away. That smells good. Oh my gosh, that smells really good. So let's give us a look on what we've got, because now it's time for me to go ahead and get this all blended up. And we may have to add some more broth, we may not. Let's give it a look. Okay, so let's get your immersion blender and make sure it's in place well, and you're just gonna be very careful. You can put this in a blender as long as your blender is okay to whip up some hot liquid. Okay, so now that we've got it all blended up, it's time to do a taste test. Look at how, now you can, if you really want a smooth sauce, you can run this through a sieve and get out any of the fiber, but I don't want to, I mean, it's good for us to get fiber in our diet, so I don't want to do that. I am going to just give it a little taste test, see if I need more tomato, more bouillon, more stock, whatever, more salt. Let's look at it. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Okay, and it's hot, and this is going to be ready to go in the canner. Now I have 2 quarts in the refrigerator that I made yesterday, and then I'm going to add this to it, and I'm going to can this up in pint jars, or I might can it up in 1.5 pint jars, and that'll be plenty to have on my shelf for a while. I don't think it needs anything. Not a darn thing. It's delicious. It's absolutely wonderful. And look how deep and rich that is. All right, I'm gonna let this cool down all the way. I'm gonna get this in some jars, and I am gonna bring you along for how I can this up. Now, if you have a recipe for enchilada sauce that's a little bit different, or you think that there's something that I could add to this, leave me a comment down below. And if you want to see the canning session, guys, give me a thumbs up, and yes, leave a comment, and if I get enough yeses, I'll do the canning session with all of you as well. So I'll be using, though, because I'm trying to do small batch canning, because it's me. I don't need 400 jars of food on the shelf. I don't need to can up 16 to 18 jars of something all at once. So what I'm going to do is start doing using the small 10.5 quart canner, and I'll leave a link down below for that canner. Honestly, that is my go-to. It's not so heavy. You can get a small batch done, get it on your shelf, and how long is it going to take me to use up, 3 or 4 1.5 jars? How often do we have chicken enchiladas? Or I use this sauce when I make pozole. So it's so good, and I'm excited. I can't wait for this to cool down. Get this in a container so I can have it in the fridge overnight, and then I'll bring it out and get it ready to can. So let me know if you want to see the canning video. All right, guys, I can't wait to see you next time for another delicious recipe. And don't forget, Your Thrive products can come into all of your cooking needs. This tomato powder added plenty of flavor and concentrated, you know, and I don't have to rely on having a bunch of cans of tomato sauce or canned tomatoes in the pantry when I've got this on hand. So it came in very handy today. All right, guys, we'll see you next time for another delicious recipe. And don't forget, I've got websites throughout the video, up top and in the description box below. So go over and check it out. It's free to look.